Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our second lesson on strategic leadership, which is a Unit 2 New Spec OTHM, Level 7 Strategic Management and Leadership. So today we'll go through our Unit 2 and second LO, which is LO2, and before starting our lesson, we'll go through what we're supposed to learn under LO1 and 2 and other, which we already learned few things during our last lesson where we cover LO1. So LO1, understand the principal concept, differences or different approaches which we discuss, to contemporary leadership. So last lesson I explained you different sort of leadership style. I discussed with you what is the difference between management and leadership, because managers manage day-to-day activities and leaders always influence. Leader plan for future. Leadership is a long-term thinking, and management is more day-to-day manage the activities. So then today lesson will be focused on LO2, understand how the leadership influence individual, team, and organization. And our key focus will be on assessment criteria 2.1, 2, and 3. Critically compare relationship between leaders of work group and leaders of team. So in a team leadership role and a group in a leadership role. So then we'll discuss, how leader can influence on the group and the team and formal group, informal group. What is meant by how we can evaluate the effectiveness of team, our group, or the team performance. So our discussion will be focused on team building. Our discussion will be focused on performance. Our discussion will be difference between group and team. So all this will go through. So last lesson we discuss about leadership style, where we discuss about transformational leaders. We discuss about transactional leadership style. We discuss about autocratic. We discuss democratic. We discuss about free runner leadership. Any style you can adopt according to the environment, according to the situation. So that's all we discussed during our last lesson. Anybody, any question?
No.
Hello. Okay, brilliant. So let's, we'll please, if any question, so ask me. We'll go back and we'll try to address it. Okay. So welcome everyone. My name is Anjum Sattar, and it's my email address. If you need me, just drop me email. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Today we are doing our LO2, Learning Outcome 2, Lesson 2, and it's a Strategic Leadership, Unit 2, OTHM, Level 7. And Learning Outcome 2 is understand how leadership influence individual and teams and the organization. So what do you think? What is the difference between team and group? Any thought? Is there any difference between team and group? What do you think? Difference between team and group.
Well, team can be a group of people who are brought together because they have different skills, they have ability to perform the task. While group are just a group of people just come together to do something.
Let's see. We all, we'll all go out and we'll smoke together. Can we say it's a team?
That's a group.
It's a group. So why we call group another we call team?
But
like
team,
in football play,
together.
Team of 12. But when we all go 12 people outside to smoke together, we're not called team. What are the key difference? Why not?
Anybody team has its own task to perform, and that's the task you need to perform to meet the main objective.
Well done. That's, because in the team we have a collective objective. We have a main objective. What as a team we want to achieve. But the group, we don't have really objective. So group normally is informal, and the team is a formal. If it's a formal group with the clear goals and objective, we can call as a team. Otherwise, we can call as a group. So that's the key difference between team and group. Okay. What do you think? Any role, leadership role in the team?
Of course, so somebody has to coordinate the team.
Well done. Yes, of course, the leader influence, leader set the teams on the basis of, so it's very crucial leader can influence. So first our discussion today will be performance. Maybe this is slides you found in other units as well. Performance management, and then we'll contextualize our discussion with the team, because this year module is all about the management, leadership, and teams. And management is attain organization goals in effective and efficient manner through planning, organizing, leading, and controlling organization resources. So if you're a manager, your job to achieve the goals through planning, organizing, leading, and controlling of organization resources. According to the great scholar Peter Drucker, he mentioned management is a task, management is a discipline, but management is also people. Every achievement of management is the achievement of manager. Every failure is a failure of manager. So in hospitality industry or in any other industry, management is essential coordinate task, technology, structure, people. So under people, it can be how you put the people into teams, how you make the policies and procedures as a manager. So leaders can influence them, motivate them, guide them, lead them. So corporate strategy, decision making, planning and all, direction and control activities, systems, style of management, interactions with the external environment, social responsibility, all we need to look around. So in the one performance, how we can improve the performance, what leads to performance? If you want to improve the performance, of course, you need to look around the leadership style, skill, knowledge, style, standard goals, power base, and types of the people relationship that are. So leadership is very, very important. Which style you will use as a leader? You're autocratic, you're a democratic. If you're a democratic, is always you're democratic. Is it effective democratic style? It depends, which culture we are, what sort of within our organization, what's value we set. So always we need to look around which style is effective and where. No doubt people is all about the people knowledge, how we well understand. Group relationship is very important if you want to be size. What size of the group as a team you want to be? Is 50 people in a team or 10 people in a team or 4 people in a team? There is no hard and fast rule. It's always good to be make controllable. Yes, realistic size of teams member, and team need to be diverse of people. If not people just from the same age or the same culture will say you in one team, you in one team. Because of course when people have different background, we can learn more effectively and we can achieve. Okay, system and structure. So if you want to achieve your performance, whatever they require to be supposed to achieve, we need to make sure we have a system and structures in place. Admin structure, control system, reward system, power structure, then type of. All this we need to be. Then ability of people. So we need to look around the personality, attitudes, experience, training, motivational theories we can use, how we reward the people. So is a leader as a need to be influenced. You set your reward. Reward not mean intrinsic or extrinsic. It's mean not a monetary or non. We need to be not monetary reward, but we need to be focused on the non-monetary. Let's say good, well done, great, yes, really impressive. So those sort of the word leader use it as to actually influence the people performance. If somebody praise you, of course, performance will increase. So we need to look around individual, effective of the organization and the environment. Of course, environment is change, and as a leader, we need to change ourselves as well to improve the performance. Okay. Anybody, any question up to now? Okay, if any question, please carry on asking me. Performance management. Welcome. Let's next we discuss performance management is a development of individual. So if we want to increase the performance, we need to develop the individual. So individual, then we need to put them into team, and the team will lead to achieve the organization objective. So always we need to think about the performance. So what will be, because ultimately you're making a team to achieve your organization, you're making a team to improve the performance. We work collectively. So we already learned about the scientific school of management. Taylor, Frederick Taylor. Anybody knows what is he gave the theory? Frederick Taylor. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes. So we learn about F.W. Taylor. So he said, he mentioned he's known as the father of management. He wrote many books on management. He discussed about the peace rate. He discussed about the time and motion. So if we reduce the motion, if we make the chain of people, if we make the more coordinations, ultimately increase the performance. So the leader is of course play a key role is the process of directing supporting employees to work as effectively, efficiently as possible in line with the needs of the organization. So we need to align them. We need to coordinate between the department, ultimately help to improve the performance. And leader can play the significant role, to put the people into teams. So we need to look around. Next, performance management is a strategic integrated approach of delivering sustained success of the organization by improving performance of people who work in teams. So you need to be focused performance of individual. That's why nowadays is very important coaching and mentoring. So mentoring is very, very important. You mentor, you guide somebody shadowing others. So guide them how they handle the things, that will ultimately help, to improve the performance. By developing the capability, yes, if we'll carry on giving training to our teams and individual, we send them training course, their capability, their abilities will improve. So we need to look around, the ability will improve to lead to the performance in the organization. So always we need to look around. Okay, next all about the performance management is the process of course is achieved to achieve organization performance model. There are different performance model we can include in our assignment for discussion purposes, but all our discussion need to be contextualized with the with the team, with the and leadership role. Okay, when we look the performance according to Armstrong, he gave one model. It's called Plan, Act, Monitor, and Review. PAMR model, which is Plan, Act, Monitor, and Review. Performance agreement. We need to say, okay, no, we set the goal, you sign it, we agree on it, this performance we expect from you. And the next we looking the performance development planning, performance review, like appraisal review of individual and teams, we can, and that will help, to improve the performance. Next we're looking performance cycle. So role definition we need to, if we have an individual role, what we expect and what sort of performance we really want from individual. Performance development agreement, we can performance development plan, and we can look around the competencies, evidence, actions, and all, we need to, and then we need to reward them. Non-financial reward, financial reward, formal review, rating, and financial reward. All we can look around under the performance. Okay, performance management is, of course, is quite important. Always we need to be as a leader, we need a realistic expectation. Yes, of course, leaders always guide. So managers try to achieve them. And if leaders make the plan for the long term in our organization, think about Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is really, changed as an organization. Think about Nokia CEO. Nokia used to be leaders, is not. So we need to look around that. Those are the leaders of organization. They make the strategic plan. So we need to look around what impact will be in the long run. So manager often need to buy in from team. Staff ensures everyone is really committed to the goals and the plan. The likelihood is diminishing without the real involvement and significant debates. We need to look around frequent change. Yes, we need to look around the team. Really, we need to change or the team. We need to carry on moving our people, rotate them into different teams. So we need to, it has both advantages and disadvantages. We need to look around to improve the performance. Then PDCA, which is cycle, plan, do, check, and act. Always you plan, you do, you check, you act. Is it you always carry on checking, your plan is work or not, and the team is achieving those performance objectives which we set. So effective strategic performance management is a process ensure vision and the mission. What is the difference between vision and mission? Is there any difference? Anybody knows what is the difference these two words? Mission or vision? Mission, why we are in vision, what we want to see, what really we want to see, where we want to see as an organization. So why we are in the business and where we want to see next within few years, organization we want maximum 30%, 40%, 50%, 100% shares in the market. Of course, we can't be 100% if other companies there. Okay, effective strategic performance, we need to look around, we need to measure it, how well we use. So we discuss in the one of lesson 3Ms. Anybody knows 3Ms? Manpower, money, and material. So to manage all these resources, so human beings are the crucial resource or the asset in the organization. We need to use them effectively. Then we have a model we can look around 7S, is called McKinsey 7S approach, where we can look around. When we look the leadership style, we not need to be focused just on the leadership style. No doubt style is very, very important, but we need to look around other S as well. So structure of organization. Is it the organization who ordered to whom? So we need to look around, to make it our organization effective. We need to look around the system we have in place, like, clock in, clock out, check in, salary, or whatever, the compliance system or compliance procedure, those are effective or not. Leadership style, is it according to or not? Is it autocratic, democratic? Is it free runner? So we need to look around our transitional, our transformational leaders. So staff, of course, we need to look around what sort of the staff we have, which ethnic group they belong to, what sort of the culture they have. So we need a good understanding about these skills. What sort of the skills we require to perform the jobs. And the leaders always help to improve it, because ultimately these are is a structure. Strategies is being the action plan, what strategies you will use to achieve. So these are the shared value as an organization which make and ultimately help to improve the performance. Okay, CSF is called critical success factor in our organization. Create strategies, mission is very critical. If you don't have a mission, you don't have a vision, you don't have a value, how you will be successful as an organization. Define critical success factor. Yes, if you not making the people loyal, if the staff is retention is poor, that's a critical success factor in our organization. If your recruitment selection policy is not appropriate, how the people you're not using the recruiting right person for the right job with the right skills, so we're not going to achieve our organization objective effectively. So that's we need to be develop action plans, project management, identify improvement, and communicate the knowledge. All we need to be look around in this critical success factor. Okay, next we're looking at the team now. Our discussion will be focused on the team. Team is more than just a group. Team is more than just a group. So to work together, it is a group of people working toward the common goal, objective, and sharing responsibility. Outcome. Team building is a process of selecting and grouping team members, effective and developing good working relationship practices, enabling the team to stay and develop the work and reach their goals. Increasingly, team may be composed of the people drawn from the different function, different department, and we can make a team. So team building is very, very crucial in our organization to achieve our objective. So team not meant by is you can pick anyone. You need to look around what goals you have, which that team's supposed to be achieved. So you need, so it depends, maybe in our organization, we need people from a good IT background, people those have a good accounting background, people those have a good communicator, good communication skill. We need a people those have a good technical abilities, a technical knowledge, so we can mix them if we want to be work on any project or any team. So we need different people with different skills and different abilities too, because ultimately as a team we want to achieve our and we want to make sure our project will successful. Okay, so we'll do a bit research. Anybody heard about Tuckman stages of team development? Maybe a couple of you learn. So we'll do a bit, we'll say, okay, can we do a bit, Google search, what is meant by Tuckman stages of team on your end, okay? Just spend 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. You can pick any model of your choice. Maybe you heard about Belbin team role. You can pick this word and just, search Google search. Can we spend 2-3 minutes, please?
Okay.
Just 2-3 minutes. We managed to find something.
I did Tuckman. It's a forming, storming, norming, performing model.
Okay, brilliant. So we'll share what is meant by norming forming. Is there any definition for it?
Well, I think in terms of forming, it's when the groups come together. I think the storming is when people bring all their ideas. And then at the norming stage is where you start bringing together the norms of the group, understanding what you do, and then performing time is when people perform, start working, and then they're joining. Of course, when we do the review and come back and start again.
Okay, good. Well done. So that's the Tuckman is 4 stages of team building. It's well done. Great. Very well mentioned. Anybody else found something? Okay. So of course, I'll give you all the articles behind them to read it. So we can so next, we'll 5 functions of a team. So maybe you already heard about. So this guy is said about the team. So we need the many key function that is based on the grow together model. So thus we need to look around the team building. And this is quite good to look around when we'll make the team. So we need to follow we can use different models to develop the team. A lot of research behind the scenes happen. So we can use these models. So sorry, I'll share with you now. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, so you will see there 5. So first step toward the reducing misunderstanding and confusion within a team, we need to understand the absence of trust. So first we need to develop the trust, yes? So trust building is very, very crucial in the team. Second is the fear of conflict. So that will need to reduce it. The team that are lacking of the trust is incapable of having. So that's we need to look around the lack of commitment. So we need to increase the commitment. Yes, there is a lack of commitment ultimately leads to the poor performance. Inattention to the result. So we need to increase the attentions. Yes. Yes, I miss, avoidance of accountability. We need to make sure, the people are accountable. Any question? I don't know why this had. Okay, anybody, any question?
No.
Okay, let's move to our original slides. So thus we can look around the 5 functions of a team. I'll go through the GROW model, and these, the team theories, I'll send you the separate articles to read on it. So next we look at the Belbin team role. This is the guy from UK, and he gave the model, and this model is known as a Belbin team role. So as a team, can be different roles, and it can be different characteristics. Your Belbin team roles can be planned. So it's mean, creative, imaginative individuals. We can make them and we can put them into the team who will solve the problem with the new idea and contribute the original thought. Ignore into the weakness in this, ignore the details and can be poor communication sometime. Resource invigilator, your team within a team can be role as a team. Resource invigilator, an enthusiastic communicator and skilled negotiator in a team. Your role can be as a coordinator. Your role can be as a shopper. Your role can be as a monitor and evaluator in the team. So all we have a characteristic what required in that role and what sort of the weaknesses can be and how we can eliminate them. So that's all the team roles according to the Belbin when we'll make the teamwork. It can be the cooperative and individual who like people and they listen. So we need to find and we can give them this role. So implementer is meant by the organization individual who take the basic ideas and make them work. So their role can be. So all these are the different roles. So when we'll develop the team, so we need to be focus on all these the role according to the Belbin team role. Further, we'll go through the other models as well. Promoting alignment, strategic success, it depends upon the effective organization and establishment. We need to look around how we can and best we can support, people to achieve our organization objective. Always we need to promote alignment. So we not distract and we should be focused on the same and we follow the same path. So next, GROW model. What is the GROW model? It consists of is goal, opportunity, reality, and well wrap up. So if you want to be in a team, so we need to set a goal, agreed topic for discussion, agreed specific outcome. Then we reality, invite self-assessment, offer specific example feedback. If you carry on giving the feedback to teams and look at their performance, opportunities. Of course, you need to look around the cover the full range of option and invite suggestions. So we have option. We need to look around the people. Maybe they have a lot of, maybe we'll carry on missing these options and we not listen them. So we need to listen them as well. Well, wrap up and what next, prepare the plan, identify the possible obstacle. So we need to carry on what we achieve and what we can in future. So always we need to well wrap up and what we'll do the next, as a team in the next quarter, next week. So we can look around. Performance management, there are the one framework is called the EFQM. It's a European um, framework of the quality management. So quality is mean the quality people. Leadership always enable people, is enabler to achieve the organization performance by people making policy and partnership with the resources with the department. So ultimately will help to improve the result in our organization. That model we can use it in improve the performance. I think so. A couple of you already learn about the balance scorecard. Yes, balance scorecard model. So when we make the plan as a leader, when you always need to be focused on. You need to keep the balance in the financial perspective, increase the profit. You need to look around the customer perspective. You need to look around the internal perspective, and you need to look around the learning perspective. Next, when you want to performance is very, very crucially the team role as well. So if you look here, we have an organization VN, we have a departmental, we have a success factor, which we discuss, CSF, critical success factor, we discuss about individual jobs and description. If you make individual job description right, you recruit the right people and you advertise in the right media to select it, and then your coaching plan if is in place in our organization effectively. You coach in between your team members or in a group of people those are involved in any particular project. Individual action what required performance appraisal and acknowledge. So that's the individual involvement. Then is the departmental or the team improvement. So may the departmental success factor, developmental. So you do the appraisal of your team and you do the appraisal of individual. So that's the step by step. So you focus on individual, then you focus on team, and ultimately this will lead to overall organization performance. Yes. Anybody any question?
No.
So this picture is quite good, because this actual plan is quite self-explanatory. If you focus on individual goals and individual objective and people achieve individual objective, that ultimately leads to the team, and the team objective leads to the organization objective and need to be in line. So like earlier we discussed grow model. So it's based on always, when we measure the performance, ability, mindset, and opportunity of people, we need to be focused, and ultimately, we in a team, we need to give them power. What do you think? How much power you will delegate to team? You will give them all the power, whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do, whenever they want to start, whenever they want to finish the work.
No.
Yes, because if you're a leader, you want something, you control yourself as well. You want legitimate power, positional power, where the position role of authority. Yes, he is a team leader and can't order the rim of paper. They need a paper printing paper, and you need to give the team leader the power, how they uh, get the work from individual, because that's a team leader. That's up to the team leader. How you don't need to guide them, you give them plan, and then the team leader will implement within a team how the team leader will use the people within a team. Reward power, yes, team leader, maybe you can delegate some reward power. Yes, those people within a team work effectively, maybe you can give them. Okay, those not perform well, maybe some sort of, we're not giving them bonus. We're not giving them because they have a poor attendance, they have a poor performance up to some, but we need to make sure we not demotivate people. We have a clearly system in place first. So as a leader, your job to be place the system in place, and then you delegate it. Expert power, yes, very few people, those are very technical knowledge. You need to keep on focus and attention. Maybe sometime you have to give them a bit flexibility to be achieved. Power, so personal power, where the individual has by virtue of his personal or interpersonal. Some people have such a skill, they can motivate people. So they have an interpersonal skill. They can betterly understand culture. They can interact with the people effectively. So we need to be look around, and the powers we can delegate accordingly. Any question?
No.
Okay. Next, coaching and mentoring is what is the key difference between coaching and mentoring? Anybody ever heard? In a team and the team members, of course, we need to do coaching. The word coaching and mentoring are often confused with each other. Are the least used in different, we can look around. The coaching tend to focus on the task and the issue directed involve day-to-day role. For the day-to-day role, you do coaching. While mentoring is a long term, like, when you do the course, somebody is supposed to mentor it to achieve your, yes, in your own whole career, you have a mentor. The coach, yes, what the coach normally do, they focus the structural process, well-defined focus, yes. Mentor is always very expert in term of their industry. Like if you're a teacher, if you're an accountant, if you're a chartered accountant, you can be a mentor for the new editors. Yes, you guide them because you have an extensive experience within the mentee business. So while coaching can be carried out by someone who does not know the role of the business as a coachee before, but coach is all about the structural process they follow, which is set by organization. Mentor you can set up yourself. Yes. Mentor can be voluntary, but the coach can be paid. Yes, a lot of
But
mentor they do mentoring work as a voluntary one mentor because you want to uh, contribute your experience towards the people's career. Anybody, any
but
questions?
I think mentoring is about the process, while coaching is about the task. I think those are the two how I look at it.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Because coaching is a structural process to achieve something. Yes,
Yes.
defined focus. But the mentoring is not. Yes, but ultimately you want to share your experience, and somebody can improve it. Either take it or not take it. Your advice, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Next, we discussed earlier Tuchman this team development model, forming initially polite with the people, guides we can at that because your team can be at the forming stage, at the storming stage, at the norming, at the performing stage. So you need to deal it as which stage we are the team building. Forming stage is initially we can fly it, we can guide them, we can look around, yes. And the storming state, team members seems critical. Yes, they carry on argumentative, and of course, we can look around sometime. And the norming state, the starting to determine the work role and the process. And the teamwork start to develop, and the team define its culture. So that's the norming stage. No people know. First day you don't know. That's maybe early forming stage. Then you're a storming. You know each other a bit. Yes. Then storming stage, then the norming stage, then you say, oh, yes, that's my role. You define it, know the culture set, within a team, people well aware of. Then we move to the performing stage, when the team really start to perform. Because if you think from day first, the team will perform, it's not. So first they have a forming stage, then they move to the storming, then norming, and then performing. So according to the Tuchman, we need to be team development model. We can look around and then we can implement and we can assess the performance accordingly, according to which stage, you have a good number of years you work and know it should be performed. If not perform, then we have different people according to the dean, according to Woodcock and Dave mentioned. Francis mentioned as a high performance team, what sort of the quality or characteristic need to be in a team. So what is supposed to be in a team? Balance role. In the team need to be balanced role. In the team need to be clear objective. In the team need to be openness and concentrations. Of course, we listen. Anybody object? Always conflict is always good because the conflict But not conflict create a problem for the performance. Healthy discussion always. It's not mean everybody will agree on the every point. People have an objection always good thing, because from the objection we can learn from it. So cooperation and conflict handling, sound procedures, appropriate leadership, and regular review, individual development, sound inter-team relations, and the good communication, all these need to be in the success of the high performance team. Anybody any question?
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, next we have 2.2 assessment criteria. We need to look around the influence leadership on groups in formal and informal group. What is meant by, in an organization, formation of group is very well. We can look around whether it is created by the management or the purpose of accomplishing the goals and the organization. So we need the formal groups are ones that created as per official authority. That's the formal group. Yes, we can create, we can give them clear objective. That's the formal. So formal versus informal group. So formal have a clear objective. We can look around, we can comparison, we can definition, create difference and conclusion. So when we look the basis for comparison, formal group, informal group. Group created by organization for the purpose of accomplishing specific tasks is known as a formal. Informal group created by employees themselves for their own shake up, but we are for, go together, we'll do break together, we'll smoke together. So that's the informal. The formal is formation is deliberately formal is deliberately, and voluntary is not, of course, not deliberately. Size, it can be large, it can be comparatively small. Life depends on the types of the group. Then informal can be and structural. So all this, the differences between the formal and informal group. So we can discuss in our assignment as well when we deal with the 2 point. Okay, next now. Anybody any question up to now?
No.
Okay. Sorry, my computer not behaving. Okay, so next we have a discussion about, so we discuss about definition of formal group we can, and then we can define informal group like earlier we mentioned, and then of course key difference between formal and informal group, the group found by the management organization. That's the key point in to address. Generally the enter into group without knowing that which is kind of the group is. What do you think? Without knowing, we can call informal group, yes, otherwise we can call it a formal group. So that's the key difference in the formal and informal group. Okay, so next we're looking 2.3. So in 2.3, we're supposed to be address, how we can evaluate the performance of the team. So first of all, when you're looking at the team performance, always good to be first, you need to be developed trusting the team, admit the weaknesses and the mistake we have, untrusting the team, conceal, if we can conceal the teams are the weaknesses and the mistake. So always we need to look around the trusting the team, untrusting the team, what will be effect, So we need to be develop the trust on team. Constructive conflict. So we need to identify the conflict, what we have. Those are the constructive. Constructive mean you're saying, no, this work should be this order. Yes, we will say, okay, let's, what do you think? What difference will be by doing this way? Maybe you said, so just no, this will reduce the cost, this will reduce the time. You're saying, no, we'll work in shifts, So flexible working hours as a team. We'll say 4 people will work this shift, 4 people, or 4 will go for the break this time. So but maybe we have a conflict here as well. No, we'll say, no, you're going early and we're going late and this and that. So is a conflict, engage in the conflict. But we can resolve them, those, is a quickly, we can minimize the politics but ultimately our objective to team that the fear after the conflict sometime have boring meetings and create environment where so all this we need to make sure we have a healthy discussion and we'll try to minimize the conflict in our organization. Anybody any question?
No.
Okay, next we're looking measure the employees effectiveness at the team. So really we need to be focused on staff turnover, the percentage of the staff who leaving during the period. You need to be look around, that's how many people start and leave. Labor productivity, yes, per employees or the per team productivity, we can look around the percentage of the staff who absent from the work. So if we have a lot of absentees and we can look around, maybe we're not recruiting the right people for the right job. So of course we have a legislation, we can't discriminate people, those have a kid, we can't discriminate people, those are living far. It's not meant by they always late, but there are the possibility they can be late. Yes, when we recruit, because the traffic and all infrastructure, we can look around where they live and we can make the decision, but without discriminating them. Anybody any questions? So that's, we can look around the team, employees retention, all business who staff. So we need to look around why staff retention, why is the low, what are the reasons behind retirement, maternity, death, or the long-term illness, unsuitability, changes in the strategies because due to the location we move around from this location to other location, and the staff employees retention dropped. So employee retention is the ability of the business to convince its employees to remain with the business. So we have, what do you think, how much is the recruit new person? What is the recruitment cost to recruit, employees a new person in the business?
Yeah,
Any thought?
about 4,000 or 5,000 pounds. It's a lot of money.
So yes, around 4,000 or 5,000 pounds. So if the people will stay less than 6 weeks in our organization and leave the organization, ultimately we lose as a company. Because if they stay longer, it's good for us because they understand the culture, they can, and then every new people we need shadowing, we need to give them training, we need to put them into the right job with the right roles and abilities. That's that's a huge cost involved in our organization. So that's retention is very important. So how we can labor turnover is very important. How we can calculate number of employees leaving during the period and average number of employee during the years, and we can find the percentage how many people are leaving, what is the turnover of those people leaving. So commitment is very important. So as a team, when you want, so you need to look at individual commitment to the group effort, and this what makes the team work, a company work, and society work, and the civilization work. That's according to one great coach. So we can look around problem of high staff turnover. If the higher staff turnover, higher costs increase the recruitment and retention, increase the pressure on the remaining staff, in the production and the productivity, harder to maintain. So all these factors we need to consider when we evaluate the team performance, because if the new people carry on joining the team, it will affect the team performance. Effective recruitment and training, we need to look around do we have effective recruitment? So in a team we are putting people, so leader can play the key role here. Leader can make the effective recruitment and training plan, and that will help recruit the right staff. Do all you can, keep the best staff. Yes, you make sure you have a compliant procedure, you have a training, you have a good, it's not only one person, you have a right recruitment panel in our organization. That's help to achieve our organization effective and improve the overall performance in the organization. Provide competitive pay and other initiatives. So we need to look around job enrichment. What is meant by job enrichment? Yes, so we need to look around people, different descriptions, get different roles we can, and reward staff loyalty. Those people stay more than a year, more than 2 years, more than three, carry on giving them reward. So increasing their salaries, increasing their benefits, increasing their holidays. Like a lot of companies, they're offering shares as well in the company to improve because the people will stay. So factor that influence the labor productivity, extent, and the quality of fixed asset. Of course, we can look around in a team why the productivity is low. Is it maybe the system we have, the machineries we have, those are not effective and people don't have ability. Maybe we cut the training cost and ultimately people not trained on the new machine, ultimately productivity will be low. So method of production in our organization, external factor that can also lead to the low productivity because we have a new legislation. We need to give the flexible working hours and all. Okay. Anybody, any question?
No, I can't see it on the screen.
Okay, I can. Can you see now?
No.
Can you see now?
No, it says hang tight. The presenter has not shared anything yet. That's what it's saying.
Oh, why?
I can see it now. I can see it now.
Okay, so we'll do a bit, this is the quiz about the team, yes, and the team building. So that's all about the team building, and we'll go through the team building, this model, and we'll see. I'll send you all the separate, articles on each, the. In a minute, you can see now. Okay, we'll go through. Okay, it's not a quiz, it's sort of, just we developing understanding about the team. Can you see my screen now?
I can see the HTTP www.tutor2.net. That's what I can see.
Now?
I can see working in teams here. Working in teams. Yeah.
We'll go through the first question. So we'll go through the first question. A possible reason why a team might lack of cohesion is? Which one we think?
Well, C.
Well done, that's correct, yes. So it can be poor. So next, Tuckman 4-stage team development include
C. Storming.
Storming is part of, yes, well done. Next, a team of staff who meet to resolve the work-based problem is often called?
It could be focus group.
It can be focus group. No, that's not. Which will go through a team that meet them that needs to make an important decision very quickly. Many people, at least 4 director full-time employees, have few experienced people. Which one you think is correct?
B. At least 4.
B, yes.
No,
that's not.
A few experienced people.
Okay, what can often be avoided if the team has an odd number of members?
Deadlock in decision-making process.
Well done, that's correct. The stages of the team development where the groups start to confirm to accept the ideas. Is it performing stage, is it forming stage, or is it norming stage?
Forming stage.
Forming. Stage. Thank you.
Well, it's norming.
It's not right.
It's norming.
Okay, so we'll go through. The way in which the team work together is called? We learn in accounts, in management, we call 2 plus 2 makes 5, not 4. In accounts, we call 2 plus 2's make 4. Yes. So we use the word, what word we think. If you want to achieve the team objective, we need to
Synergy.
Synergy.
Oh.
The way in which team work together. Okay, no problem. We'll check why not. Okay, how many different roles did Belbin identify as the part of effective team? We discuss, is it 8, 12, or we discuss planter, we discuss yes, communicator, we discuss yes, shopper, we discuss.
I think it's 8.
Well done, correct. 8 role, yes, according to the team building. The situation in which members don't feel they belong to the team is called?
This is alienation.
Well done, correct. Okay, next, formal teams are the team that are we discuss formal group, formal team.
Is D, created for a specific purpose.
Appointed by law.
No, can't be law.
Because this law, yes, law not really, because we can pick the people according to our wishes. Which are these not as features of effective team?
Which of these is a feature effective?
Not, yes, just a focus on not.
Feeling of involvement.
So the feeling of involvement, not a feature of team. Okay, let's.
Immature dislike.
Okay. That's not. Okay, according to the Belbin, the team members who guide the team toward completing the task is called?
Finisher. It's completed finisher, the second one.
Okay, we'll go back. And the member of the team stick together, they are said to be?
Normed. Oh.
Okay, a difference between coaching and mentoring?
Mentoring is
outside of work.
Outside the work?
Nah.
No.
One-to-one mentoring.
Okay, a group of employees who meet occasionally at lunch to chat about the work can be described as?
Informal group. Informal group.
Informal team? Informal?
Informal team, yeah.
Yes, so that's informal group are we can. Okay, the ability of a team to achieve more than the sum of its parts is usually called more than. That's synergy. Okay, last question. The process of making sure a team takes a responsibility for meeting team goals is called?
Accountability.
Well done, correct. Okay,
finally.
So that's right. If it's not a quiz. So first we were right, yes. Second right. Third, A team who made the resolve work-based problem is often called quality. Yes. Focus group team. So we use terms. Okay, next.
If you explain people, that's the thing. If you explain people to me, D.
Yes, because important is in few experienced people. Director, it's not a requirement at least for director. Director can be experienced people as well. Yes.
Of course.
What can often be avoided if the team has odd numbers of? Yes, we discuss. Well done. That was norming. Okay, sorry, I think so. I missed. That was the way in which the team work together is called process. Yes, because the process is do something. Yes, run it. Synergy is coming together. Yes. Yes, it's quite the word there. 8. Well done. Well mentioned. Well mentioned. Well, yes. Not a feature of effective team. Mutual dislike is not a.
Okay.
All others are. Yes. So that's they use the word not. That was shopper. Yes. Instead of finisher. Cohesive. Yes. Stick word together as a team. Yes.
Cohesive. Okay.
Mentoring is 1-to-1. Yes. Basis. Yes, because that's mentor normally like
yes,
you do.
1-to-1. Yeah. Informal team. Yeah. Synergy.
Accountability.
Yeah.
Well done. That's all. So today lesson was focus about 3R assessment criteria. So we discussed 2.1, critically compare the relationship between leadership work group and leadership team, where we discuss, and we try to relate our discussion with how the leader can influence on performance and the team. So that's our discussion was. Second, we discuss influence of leadership on group and team. We discuss how we can make a team and how leader can, of course, impact on group or the team, and how we can effectively, in different models, we discuss team building and critically evaluate characteristic of effective work group and team. We discuss, what sort of characteristic required to be or what quality need to be in a good team. And we discuss how we can critically evaluate through turnover, through looking the performance of and the productivity of a team or the team members. So then we can evaluate critically, and then we can make a future plan, and the leader can, of course, play a significant role. So all this we discussed during our lesson today, and we cover 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3. If you have any question, please ask me. In the next lesson, we'll go through 3. Or LO3, learning outcome 3. Please, when you do your assignment, please make sure focus on inductive contents of these all being given, and we'll recap on the next lesson, and we'll go through our LO3 and we'll recap on the previous task as well. So hope so I will speak you all next week. If you have any question, please feel free and please drop me email. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And my name is Anjum Sata, and my email address anjum@ukversity.co.uk. And that's all today lesson.
Thank you.
I hope so we'll see you all next week. Okay.